Good evening. Excuse me. My gosh. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Been having some sound issues, but I think we should be good to go. Let me check the live stream to make sure you can hear me. Sorry about the past streams and doing that. Been streaming, doing restream and then streaming the Zoom live stream. So there was no back sound echo, but okay, cool. I can hear it, so we're good. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's see here. Share screen. Boom. Let's see. Good evening, everyone. How are you? Hope you guys had a great weekend, first weekend of the new year.
Yeah,
Hey, Lewis, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. Glad to hear. Just check to make sure the sound is good to go on the screen share.
I'm good.
Okay. So now we got to make sure that they can actually see it. All right, there we go. That should give us the sound that we are looking for. All right, great. I think we're good. All right, we're going to wait 2 more minutes and then we go ahead and get started. You guys had a good weekend? Did you guys do anything exciting? Lewis here, Allen's here, Johnson is here. Okay, so we got 3 people in today. No problem. Sure, more will trickle in here momentarily. So share the screen of the shared screen. Here we go. Wow. We got one more week after this. Went by very quick. Finalized the projects and demo day, and then the following week we'll have that. Let's see here. 21st. Yep. Okay. Alrighty, well, it is 12:05. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. Today is week 3, and we will deep dive into the SoonPay ecosystem and explore integration possibilities. So again, for those who don't know, you have access to the SoonPay blockchain educational portal, which is free to everyone who is a student. You can simply just go to the blockchain.soonpay.app.il, click the launch button, and it'll bring you here. Simply say, yes, I'm a student. It's going to auto log me in because this is my account. But if you already haven't, sign up with your student email, student ID. You'll get a notification in email and you'll have access to the full SoonPay blockchain portal. Now, again, this is mostly just an introduction. We can check out the modules. You're going to get the blockchain fundamentals, infrastructure, digital ownership, smart contracts, that development, DeFi NFTs, industry applications, advanced topics, and capstone projects. One thing that we could do, as again, for those who, and by now you should have started something, who have ideas, again, it's all applicable. Some of the examples we have here is supply chain management, healthcare records, digital identity, voting systems, etc. So these are just some examples. I know a lot of you guys, specifically in this hackathon, are fairly technical and have been in hackathons. So this isn't necessarily going to be a super beneficial for you guys. I would say the hackathon is going to be more beneficial than actually taking this. One, this is a beginner course. You will be getting your certification through this, through the Macquarie and SoonPay blockchain, and it will be minted on chain. So you will have an NFT based certificate, which is great. And then as time progresses and getting the feedback from the students, we'll go into more intermediate and advanced topics. And then hyper niche. I know some people have been asking for an AI specific related course or certain stuff like that. And we will definitely get to that and grow, which is going to be great. You'll be able to get to track your progress and whatnot. But again, this is just an example of the stuff that you can be integrated from the hackathon through this. The whole thing about blockchain technology is it's digital. It's just a digital representation of the actual real life. So any type of industry, and again, we're going to keep saying this, can be tokenized. Does it have to be? Not necessarily, but it could definitely be tokenized. And just because you are tokenizing a business doesn't necessarily you need to even have a token related for it. It can just be on the blockchain. Perfect example again, at least here in the States, supply chain is a big one. So you have companies like Walmart or Home Depot. I'm trying to remember, there were some stores when we were in Uganda. I can't remember the names, but simply if you were, actually, this is a perfect example. When we went to the university and we went to the technology center, the tripod, I know Dr. Kathy was actually showing us some of the startups there, which I had some pictures. I might have some on my phone. And I know you had like wines, foods, and certain things actually being built there. Now, the cool thing is, I know a lot of that's going to be in country on actual Kampala, Uganda. But if you were to ship those out in country and then different countries in Africa or outside the country, if it's tokenized, people will actually know where it's sourced from and when it's organic. Because I know, at least here specifically in the United States, unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is not organic. It's highly processed. But when going to Uganda, Kampala, a lot of things were organic, which is great. But again, this is more just a deep dive onto it. And for those who did make it to the technology day, just a quick reminder, StudentPay is a remittance app. But the difference is with it, we had our partners, the NSSF, the National Social Security Fund come out, Prudential, and a bunch of others. And whenever you are sending and receiving money, you're actually going to be getting a savings account through the NSSF. So that's going to be one of the major benefits out there by utilizing this. Because again, most of the remittance apps, whether that you're doing MTM, sending mobile money or utilizing, PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or any of these remittance apps, yeah, you can send money and anyone can receive it, which is great, but there's no real benefit to doing that. But with utilizing SoonPay, again, it's about being smart with saving with a purpose and being a producer. So that's that. So let's go ahead and ask some questions to the students. So anyone can answer. I know we have Both Johnsons, Allens, and Lewis. How are you guys so far in your journey, in your progression, in your project? Lewis, I see your hand up.
Am I audible?
Say that again.
Like, am I very audible? Am I audible enough?
Yes, you can go.
Yeah. So for my case, I think right now it's integration with like the front end because the journey, of course, it's 4 weeks, so I had modularized it into 3 parts. Basically, first week for planning, second week for creating the contract and the contract, sorry. Then the third week is maybe, this is the third week, I think, yeah. Or maybe integrating. So I spent the entire last week integrating the contract logic for what I had planned in the first week. So right now I'm now struggling with, okay, not struggling, but like working out integration with my contract logic, the front end. So I think that's where I'm at right now. And the only challenge is maybe reaching the front end and realizing that you had missed out some logic in when you're after deploying your contract and trying to go back and trying to add some more patches. Yeah. So I think that's what I've been on for now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Lewis. Anyone else? Got Alan, Deb Johnson, Arinda Johnson. Go ahead, Alan. I see you had unmuted your mic. Or Johnson, either or.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so apparently, for my case, it's some progress. So far, I had a lot going on, but I'm so far progressing. Already worked on UI design. Well, I think I'm mostly now improving on the contract this week. Yeah, but I already had the plan written down and whole logic of how the system will function. So I'm just now doing contract management before deployment and then later on integration. Yeah, that's all I have.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. Hope we are all doing well. For our case, we had the challenge could have been coming up with the right idea, trying to make sure that we don't go out of scope, and also being considerate about the development time, and also the time for us to learn about blockchain and its development, because it is our first time coming up with an application utilizing the blockchain technology. So everything was new. So we had spent the first week getting familiar with the tools that we were supposed to use, the languages that we are supposed to use, that is the Solidity for writing smart contracts, and also learning about the front end. What we came across that really helped us was a template, because we were advised to find out some templates, like not to develop it from scratch. And we got some template on GitHub. It was scaffold E2. Hope it is familiar. And it made some things more clearer to us, because you could write a contract and then test it. And then the front end also is already there in Next.js. Within the second week, we were able to come up with a problem that we wanted to solve. I mean, this third week we've been working on the development, actually, writing the smart contracts, implementing the front end, making sure that a user can perform specific functions that can affect the state of the contracts that are already deployed. Though currently we are testing locally, we have not yet deployed on the mainnet. Yeah, so the progress isn't bad. We feel like we are getting more familiar, we are understanding and gaining something, literally. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Alan. Let's see here. So Lewis spoke, Alan, Deb Johnson. I think I saw Victor in here earlier. I'm not sure she's still there, but Arenda Johnson, how are you doing in your progression, your project? And I know, Alvin, you are on the Genesis coders, so Alan just talked, so that's great. Rita Johnson, are you there? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Oh, hello everyone. So I've been a little bit caught up. I haven't really gotten time to. I've had ideas and I've done some scaffolding for both the front end and the contracts. I was following the course since I didn't know anything about blockchain, but I'm really catching up. So my main idea, okay, it's not yet an idea. I'm still trying out a lot of things. I've been trying to build a trading bot. When you leave blockchain aside, like real coding, I'm trying to develop my own trading bot. So I wanted to develop something that is also on chain, something like that. But I'm still gathering ideas. I haven't really sat down to develop something concrete.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, don't forget, there's technically 2 more weeks left. I know the final week, which will be next Tuesday. What day is that? The 13th. It'll be finalization. And then I'm trying to see, actually, I got to discuss this with Chris. I know next week technically is finalization of the projects. This is demo day judging and price distribution. What we might do, because I know it's on holidays, the following week will just be more or less, you can come in the Zoom if you need to, but it would be us kind of helping you with any type of development needs that you need to do. And then the following Tuesday, which would be the 20th, we would actually have the demo day. We are still gathering judges, so then it'll be unbiased, it won't be just from Chris, it'll be from third parties who haven't seen the project and helped you guys go through it, and then get the judging and then go from there. So yeah, definitely would start getting something concrete sooner than later, but trading a bot definitely does seem very cool. So I'll update this 4-week journey, and then I'll put like 5, the actual domain, then I'll put the dates on there too. And I'll do a screenshot on the group chat. All right, I think that is everyone in the call. I know the first day we had a lot of people, but I know it's New Year's, holidays, people on vacation. But again, for those who are new to blockchain, again, please do not forget to visit blockchain.soonpayapp.io. You can kind of read over it, click the launch button, go ahead and sign up and register. Again, you'll get the fundamentals that you need in order to take the information that you're gathering and actually executing on that information. There's a saying that knowledge is power, but I always am an advocate of saying that applied knowledge is power. So taking the knowledge that you have and actually applying it real time. And again, don't forget, you don't just have Christian as mentors, you actually have everyone else in the WhatsApp group. So please feel free, DM me on WhatsApp, DM Chris on WhatsApp, ask the students. I know some of you are in groups and some of you are solos. I think the Genesis coders, you guys are doing a great job finding open source code. Again, there is no need to reinvent the wheel or build anything from scratch. Getting something open source or utilizing a product you have and using that as a blueprint is always good. And then doing the blockchain and implementations and integrations, whether that's having a connect wallet to the user, utilizing account abstraction, using Privy or Third Web to sign up with emails or social media to generate the wallet, and then utilizing the testnet or mainnet version of the token in order to do that. Let me see, did anyone else join the call? Okay, we did have someone else join the call. Alvin, I see you did unmute. Did you have anything to say? No problem. Brunia, thank you for joining the call. We're just kind of going over the SuperPay blockchain and integration. How far along are you on your project progression?
Good evening, everyone. Let me open my audible.
Yes, you are audible.
I'm sorry for joining in late. I was having some issues with my machine. Currently, of course, I'm building and learning on the job. Yeah, stuff is new, but I'm figuring it out. And today I was working on the integrating of the liquid token in my project. Not yet done, but I hope by tonight's end, I will be somewhere. Yeah, that's currently where I am.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Okay. Are there any other questions that we have, guys? Again, there's a lot of resources. Again, when you go to the blockchain portal, if you go to, I believe it's going to be community, you have the discussion forum here where you can talk to the students. No one has asked a question yet. Anyone could reply. You have the WhatsApp group. And again, you also do have the resources. One specific course that would be beneficial for you guys in the hackathon, for those who are somewhat new, is going through the modules and going to smart contracts, and then also decentralized application development to kind of go through the introduction, showing you how to do certain things like integrating Web3.js, Ether.js, building your dApp. It has some templated smart contracts. And then again, for those who have built it, I'm sure you guys have heard of, I'm blanking on the name, Open Zeppelin. Yes, Open Zeppelin, that has templated smart contracts. But again, we did provide the smart contract ingestion ABI, everything that's needed for the liquid token. And, don't be afraid to also utilize not just us and the students, but, ask AI. AI will definitely be able to help in this. Lewis, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, so okay, my question is, I think, a bit technical on this area, because of course we're provided with the full ABI for the liquid token, but then as we were told earlier, we would have to, let's say, create our own, let's say, token and deploy. You can, when you're testing, to test out our functionality. And of course, I feel like when you're someone maybe would create their own token and would have different functions in the ABI. So was it really like 100% necessary to stick to the exact structure of the ABI? And yeah, that's my main question, because when I was using testnet, I had created my own, let's say, my own liquid on the Sepolia ETH to simulate transactions. So I don't know whether I'm a bit stuck when I have to use the exact functionality in the contract.
Got it. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. And I think we did talk about this last call. 100% doing testnet's fine. You don't have to use this full ABI. Again, we airdropped you guys some liquid and giving you all the resources you needed for the ABI. So this is just here. So you don't have to go looking for it. But what you're doing, Lewis, is completely fine. So no worries on that end. Alrighty, do we have any more questions? Has everyone on this call, have you guys signed up for the SoonPay blockchain?
I haven't signed up, but I'm going to sign up.
Beautiful, yeah. Sign up, give us feedback, let us know. I see we have a hand raise. Brania?
My concern, I'm sorry to take you back, but for me who joined in late, I would like to get a recap of what was shared in my absence, please, because I am kind of lost and I don't know what we are on. I'm seeing signing up for kindly, please.
Yeah, sure. So to give a recap, today's third week is more or less a deep dive into the SoonPay ecosystem. The two ecosystems we have for SoonPay was the remittance app, for the technology day. The difference between SoonPay and other apps when you're sending and receiving money with our partner, the NSSF, the National Social Security Fund, you'll be getting health insurance. And then every time money is being sent and received, you'll also be getting a savings account. So you're saving as a purpose by, spending money, turning consumers into producers. And then the follow up ecosystem part that we have talked about on here was the blockchain part. And basically, we were just talking about the different modules and the courses. Again, this specific platform itself is free to every single current Macquarie University student to learn about blockchain. Anyone else who is outside of the university will have to pay. And then I also said, and to get there, just visit blockchain.soonpayapp.io and click the launch button. Or you can simply just go to portal.soonpay.app.io. You would click yes, I'm a student, and it's going to auto log me because I'm logged in. And then you would provide your student email and student ID, and you would get a notification in order to put in there and to get into it. And then I said the specific modules that would be very useful would be the course blockchain fundamentals, but specifically the smart contracts, dApp development, and then within the community, besides utilizing WhatsApp, you can use the discussion forum to ask questions. Myself, Chris, or any one of the students would answer that. And likewise, utilizing the resources that we have here. So more or less, this was a recap or talking about the third week for the hackathon of deep diving into the SoonPay ecosystem itself, having the resources for one, the financial remittance app, and then two, the educational side. And then also for those who are still building and didn't have any ideas, as an example for the industry applications, for going through it, we had supply chain management, healthcare records, digital identity, voting systems. And again, those are just examples. We also talked about how tokenizing or digitizing a business and putting it on chain does not necessarily mean you have to have a token. Putting it on chain, the difference between doing that and having a traditional business is one, it globalizes your business. The example that I gave was when at the technology center, the tripod, Dr. Kathy did show us some startups that you guys are building. One had to do with some type of beverage, food, and all these kind of things. I know it's in country, you guys have the supply chain and you can ship it out. You guys get the LOC. But if you were to put this on chain, then you'll be able to track, when it was minted, when it was created, when it was shipped out, all on chain. Because again, specifically in the United States, a lot of the food is unfortunately highly processed, and we are always craving organic food. And just because it's FDIC approved and organic necessarily mean it is. You know, you always have to read the labels. But, you know, being in country, eating the food in Uganda, Kampala, Uganda, and then meeting you guys, I know that's that. So again, that's just one example, supply chain. But that's more or less what you missed. And then all the other students talked about how they are in their progress of building for the hackathon and any help that they needed. And then to please utilize this resource, the discussion forum, and then WhatsApp if you have any questions. Also, one thing that I'll be updating on the website is for next week, it will be more of us, if you're wanting to join, just finalizing projects. If you haven't built anything yet, which you should have had something by then, discussing, helping you guys out. And then not next Friday, I'll discuss with Chris, because I know it's New Year's, it's been holidays and off exams. If it's not going to be demo day for next Tuesday, this will be more of like, okay, make sure everyone is good to go. And that following Tuesday, we'll go ahead and actually have the demo day, and then have third-party judges judging the project, so it's non-biased. Since, you know, Chris started helping you guys, we'll basically know. But that's more or less what we discussed and what you had missed.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Did we have any more questions from anyone? Alrighty, well, if there is no more questions, I know we ended it a little bit short today. There's not a lot of people here. Again, please feel free to sign up, use the discussion forum to ask a question, utilize a WhatsApp to ask questions. I have had a few of you have been DMing me personally, which is totally fine. I know there was a 8-hour time difference, but we're always here to help assist in any way, shape, or form. We're excited to see everything that you guys have built and looking forward to all of that. Thank you so much for joining this call in the late evening on you guys' time frame. Looking forward to talking to you guys next Tuesday to finalize the projects and going from there. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you all on video next Tuesday. But again, we are always here to help and discuss. Thank you guys so much, and you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye now.
All right.
See ya.